Welcome back, everyone. It is Season 6 done and dusted. Unfortunately, we have been absolutely kicked in the butt out of Season 6 playoffs, but it's been a joyful ride along the way. So today's episode is going to be a little short one. We're going to have a look at how Season 6 has gone for the Invaders, how the playoffs are going for all the other teams, how the team looks now, because you guys probably haven't really seen it since the start of the season. We had a bit of a change around. This has been game, because things have been good. So we haven't had to look at too much else. Have a look at the stats of how the team has been performing throughout the season as well, and just overall a bit of a review of the season, and hopefully have plenty more to look forward to next season. So let's cap things off here. Let's start things off, I should say, with a look at how Season 6 overall has gone for the Invaders. Well, it's a tough life, isn't it, in the playoffs of GRM, but yeah, really happy with what we've achieved this season. Really happy with how we've progressed our team. We'll have a look at the team before we wrap up. But I just thought I'd see where the Bucharest Bombers actually are on the seedings. So you can see them here 32nd. They're up from 33rd. But I look at who is 33rd, and it's the Pretoria Hound Dogs, who in round 15 we took to the cleaners. We beat them with a bonus point as well. Whereas we're still down here in 77th. Does beating a team above you not have a good, turn of events or repercussions to what you achieve? I mean, I see the Bombers here on 32nd, but we go way up here before we see where are they. Where are they? The Wellington Lions are 19th. Yet, they didn't even make the playoffs. We did. So I can look at that and I can say with pretty good amount of pride of what we've achieved this season, we have done far above what we probably should have achieved. So let's have a look at the results throughout the season. We can see the playoffs are still progressing. The Toronto Talk, who thank God we didn't face them, actually pretty much put 50 points on the Bombers, who beat us. The Talk beat the Berlin Barbarians, similar margin to what the Bombers beat us by as well to progress. They thrashed. No. They beat 49-31 is not a thrashing. They beat the Bombers. They go into the final to face the Harare Rockets, who thrashed the Edinburgh Blues in semi-final number 2. In the quarterfinals, the Rockets, wow, just snuck past the Bloemfontein Gorillas, who actually finished 7th. That's lower than us. Oh, I feel our position in 5th is not justified. I don't feel we deserve it. But hey, we've made it there, and that's all that matters. Deserve it or not, you play what you got to play. You play what's in front of you. And we did that. Edinburgh Blues as well. Oh, they thrashed the Exeter Blitz, who won. They must have finished 6th. So, yeah. So, 6th place there. The Berlin Barbarians, they finished 8th, and 7th was the Bloemfontein Gorillas, who were probably the best of that second 4, you could say. So, yeah, the Rockets will face the Talk in the final. That is, I think, being played today as I'm recording this. So, Grand Championship, of course, next weekend. We'll see teams like one of those two going through to face the best of the best throughout all of GRM. So I know I've had some comments from you guys as well who have just got involved in the game recently through watching the videos, which is great. Welcome along. Thanks for tuning in. It's great to hear from you guys who have actually started playing the game because of seeing the videos, and have, as a result, got probably better teams than I do right now. But I heard some really cool stories of your guys' sides making it through. One in particular, you probably do still watch it, making it through after his team just squeaked in 8th position, took out the top qualifier, made his way all the way to the final as well. Story unfinished as of yet. So really happy to see that. It's great to see you guys enjoying GRM as well on the whole global front. So we can see here, there is a table, regular season. That was really what our goal was. 5th was probably a bit higher than what I envisioned, but yeah, 7th or 8th is probably what I was going for. 66 points, really happy to get there. 60 points for 8th, and 7th was 63. So we finished off with a nice wee 3-point buffer on the end of that. They actually lost one more game than us, but picked up an extra bonus point. Interesting stuff by the Gorillas there. Interesting indeed. They actually 12 games, yeah, rather bizarre. But as we've finished off a really good season, 3 losses, 2 to the Edinburgh Blues, 1 to the Wellington Lions. So I'm more than happy with how that has gone. The team overall, you want to have a look at the squad, how they sit right now? Then let's do it. Here is the starting squad that I've been using for the most part this season. Of course, the sad news is this man has played as... Oh, I didn't make a big fact about it. O'Neill Brown has run out to the field for the last time. It's because I didn't think we were going to... I had hope that we were going to win. I don't say I thought we were going to win, but I had hope that it wouldn't be his final run out. As it turns out, it has. O'Neill, thank you for everything you've done for the club over these, 6 seasons? Or I don't think we've been playing since season 1. 4 or 5 seasons we've been playing for. He's been a real revelation. Centre has been a turning point for his career, and it's been great. Really great to see what O'Neill Brown has achieved for us this season. Brock Bondisio still #1 player, 99 overall rated, so he's still the superstar. The reserves, well, you've probably seen a few of them. Guys like this man, Charles Banks, has come on really, really well over the time he spent on the bench, but he's not the ones I'm really, really excited about, because the guys like Zengedi, who is slowly trudging along, Mark Collis, who is slowly advancing, Porter de Prez, who is getting better and better as well. But it's not those guys I'm excited about either. It's down here where some of these guys... Oh, wow. Actually, these trainings in the offseason actually changes. Pashela, God, a Romanian name. Isn't he Romanian? He's Georgian. Oh, it's even worse. That's insulting. Sorry, Georgia. This young fella, Lewis, a prop. I've been training him up, and he's been flirting 80s, 81. He has just pops to 82, which is exactly the same rating as Jorkovic and 1 less than Petrescu. This kid is 20. He's popping up at 101 kilos as well, and he looks the goods. Very, very exciting prospect for us, and sitting on 82 rating as well makes me want to see what he could possibly do in the starting teams. He's one I'm really excited for. As you guys know, Harrison Pritchard, really not a prop. A reserve hooker, he is very good at as well. So he's still ticking away, although at 23 he's slowed up a lot to what he did do at the start. We've got Sam Cooper, who's 21, and he's trucking along nicely, cracking into the 80s as well. He's a big unit, 114 kilos. In the backs, of course, there's still Hanano, still sitting in the 86 rated. Can't break into that first team, which is remarkable. The little time we've seen him, actually, he was being pretty average. And of course, these two guys, Gossard, who we did see off the bench a couple of times. This kid is now 81 rated. Again, a bit like Hanano, he's not going to break into the team, but at just 20 years of age, this kid could become the replacement, maybe, for O'Neill Brown next season. So, may have to play some trial matches, see how he goes to the centres, do some little equations on their ratings, and see how it goes. Another contender, though, is this man, Mohammed Martin, 83 rated now, really good reserve half, but we've got him covering outside backs because he kind of fits here a bit better with his acceleration and not pace, that's for sure, but decent tackler as well. And with what we've got, Hanano really is the better scrum half, Mohammed Martin is the better fly half, so you can't cover them separately, unfortunately, with the reserves. You've got to have a half cover substitute, which will cover both 9 and 10, and Hanano kind of does both of those equally as well, whereas Martin is an out-and-out 10 on that rate. So that's not all that's to get excited about as well. I've had some guys not even making the reserves who are actually looking really, really good. This man, Blaine van der Merwe. Now, I was really excited when I got this guy from the youths 2 seasons ago because he looked really, really good and he was really rated highly as well. He's trained exceptionally well, and much like this kid here at the top, old Lewis, these guys should be probably starting props in the coming seasons, if not next season. So really, really looking good in the front row department with a couple of excellent front rowers. Not too much else in here to speak of. You've got guys like Carter Jones, who's sitting on a 79. We've got Dylan Fox, who's cracked an 80. Still not going to be anywhere near good enough to break in to those starting spots. Chris Teskew, you might remember him. I wanted to make the front row all of Teskew's. Haven't managed to do that so far, but a good scrummager. Still got a lot to work on in his game, though, as the seasons wear on. But there we go. That's a bit of a look at the squad. I think we've developed very nicely this season. We're going to have a look at some statistics now as well. I thought what better way to wrap it up than have a look at the stats from Season 6. So I will look at key things. Minutes played isn't going to really matter, is it? Carries. Who made the most carries? Brock Bondisio, Phil Muhammad, and O'Neill Brown. Charles Banks up there as well. Running meters per carry. I think that's a better way to look at it, because you can run all the meters you want, but if you need 3 times as many carries to do it, it's not quite as effective. Gage Carter. Hey, Gage Carter and Josh Evans. Now, not very often a number 8/back rower wins out on this one, but running meter average 5.8 for Evans, but wow, 7.9 for Gage Carter. He really is an effective weapon on the wing. The American as well, only 27. He's got a lot of time in front of him. Defenders beaten. Who is our big time line breaker? It is Brocky as well. Defenders beaten, 53 for the season. Mayo, 45, and Charles Banks with 37. I thought O'Neill Brown might have been there, but he's down here with only 26. More than half of Brocky. So that's interesting. Tackles made. Who's the best defender? Josh Evans. Phil Muhammad as well. Lior. That's an interesting one. Tackles missed, though, will be... yeah. Poor old Lior. O'Neill Brown, surprising, actually. Tackles missed. 33. Wow, that tells you something, doesn't it? Very, very interesting. Passes on target. So, what do we got here? Passes on target. Lior, obviously. Brocky. Yes. But from passes thrown. So, let's have a look at this. Pretty accurate. He's only 20 or so from the season that went down. Same here. Only 8 from Brock. And the Banks only put through 4 passes that didn't hit their target. So, that is very, very nice. Intercepts thrown, 2. Lior, he threw away 4. Forward passes. I don't think forward passes are even in the game. They are. Of course they are. What am I talking about? Muhammad was the guilty person on that occasion with 3 at the start. Offloads. Our biggest offloader is Mayo. Interesting. I thought it'd be these 2. I knew they were really big on offloads. 12, 10 for Tatriscu, and 10 for Patriscu. Rucks joined quickly. That's got to be a key stat. And Kikuchi is there alongside Evans. So what about Rucks joined? Does it change? No. Only difference is Yorkovich drops down a spot for O'Neill Brown, who joins him a bit quicker. Brock Bondicio's up there too, but you just go joined, and he's way down the list. So Brock's one there, first on hand to chip in as well. So good to see the back row doing the job, but we are missing Porter de Prez. But then he didn't play the full season, so we'll let him go on that one. Turnovers forced, Kikuchi. Nice, I like it. When your back rower, yes, he's a 6. I mean, he could be a South African 6, which is really like a New Zealand 7. So they play the open side on the 6, of course. So I'm going to go with that. Kikuchi, great work on the turnovers. Turnovers conceded is going to be interesting. Gage Carter, Brock Bondicio, and Lior lead that in the top 3. Penalties conceded. This will be our front row for sure. No. Well, I'm surprised. Carter, Yorkovich, Brock, and then Patriscu. Muhammad, O'Neill Brown. Interesting stats here. Handling errors, O'Neill Brown. Wow. How many? 18 from his 17 seasons. 17 matches this season. 12 from Evans. I mean, that's not too bad, is it? I mean, that's 1 a game. I guess just over 1 a game. Not too bad. Oh, half a game, I should say. Probably over the team, you get a couple in a match. Conversions, we know how that's going to be Mr. Bondicio. Drop goals is Mr. Bondicio. What to get penalty goals? Conversions, successful. 93 out of 106. That's not bad at all. Penalties, 14 out of 15. 5 drop goals and 4 tries as well. Look at that. Try assists. 25 try assists for Brock. That is sensational. Tries scored. Phil Muhammad led the try scoring ranks with 23. Wow, I was going to say 9, but I was looking at assists. 23 tries. Wow. Phil, you've been outdoing yourself, averaging over 1 per match. Gage Carter, 19 over 1 a match. O'Neill Brown, 18 over 1 a match. And Mayo, I don't remember Mayo getting too many. 10. Wow. That's a big drop-off, isn't it? Your front 3 doing the work there. O'Neill Brown, and then dropping all the way down to almost half of that. Try assists, though. He banks. Interesting. 26 try assists. He is a playmaker. He is ruling that number 12 jumper. And he didn't play the full season either. Remember that. Keep that in mind, folks. He did not play the full year. We've got 25 from Lior, and Brock chips in with 25 as well. O'Neill Brown with 23. Evans way down at 11. So there you go. These are your top 4. Those guys, I said that again, they and those at the same time. They're our playmakers. They are our chief destroyers. Points worth the Brocky. Yeah, easy. No trouble there whatsoever. Line out jumps. Not too interesting there at all. Scrum penalties. No. Not much interesting to read into that. Let's leave it here. Top point scorer, Brock Bondesio, who come in with a total of 263 points. Brock, that's almost heaps. Second was 118. Phil Muhammad got a drop goal to put that point difference out quite a bit from the regular 5. But overall, Brock Bondesio is the man of the season. Surely, I would say, gotta be the most improved or the guy that's really made a difference to this team. Number 12, Charles Banks. Sat on the bench for a long time. Never really broke in. Disappointed when he come in for rare appearances. But gave him a chance. And boy, has he ever impressed this season. Quite remarkable what he's done this year. And I'm going to say Charles Banks, man of the season for the Invaders. Who do you think has been our top performer? Let me know in the comments below. That's been a little bit of a look at the team and the stats of how they have performed this season. As I said, likely break this up into a couple of parts because it's been rather long. But I hope you've enjoyed a bit of a look at the team and a bit of a look at where we have gone this season. I hope you enjoyed the ride. It has been amazing. Like I said at the end of the match, being super proud of these players and what they've achieved and what we've achieved as a team. Me, you, and everyone watching, all your help and assistance as well. Ideas, where we're going wrong, what to improve on, has been phenomenal. It has been simply outstanding as well. So thank you to everyone who's chipped in with a hand. Thank you to everyone who's reported back of how your team is going. Things like that. It's great to hear the feedback from you guys on GRM as well. So do always continue to do that. We'll be back again for whatever happens next season, whether it's season 7 or season 1 or whatever the hell they decide to do. I'm looking forward to it though. We've learned a lot on this journey and I hope you've enjoyed the ride through these seasons. That will do me for today. Thank you all for tuning in and watching. Hope you've enjoyed. Thanks to the guys at GRM for making this game. I say for allowing me to make the videos, but let's just thank them for making this great game. It's a load of fun. Again, like I've said in previous episodes, I love management games because you can't just get good at them. You can't just learn tricks. Like, I mean, if you actually play games, like if you actually play rugby games like Rugby Challenge, you learn how the game plays. You learn how the game works. This one, you have to adjust for every single matchup, which just makes it renewing. It makes it continuously a new experience and makes it a lot of fun, which is great about management simulators. So really enjoying my time on GRM, and I hope anyone who's picked it up as well is enjoying their time with the game. But that is me for today and for Season 6. Thank you everyone for chipping along for the season, and I'll see you all next time for whatever the new season brings. Until then, take care.